guards were on duty, security men. These are private guards. And one of them, who had the courage to challenge, sustained a gunshot. Under this condition, you know the panic that will have resulted from this kind of environment. Somi actually occupied an apartment on the topmost floor of the building. And out of the fear, she jumped down from that third story, the top floor. The consequences is what we have seen. It's so sad, so unfortunate.
Well, have you seen...
At last, this rescue was ready to the command control room. Policemen moved to the scene. What they could see, the unconscious body of Somi on the floor. They picked her there and then and took her to my Tama General Hospital, where the doctor on duty try as much as possible to see whether they can resuscitate her using the CPR. It's unfortunate. It couldn't make it. And that was the story. But what are we doing at our hand here? We've set up a specific investigation team headed by the Deputy Commissioner of Police Investigation, with all the tactical components required to unravel the whole situation with a view to tracking down the culprit responsible for this dastardly act. The leads we are getting, we're already working on it. No stone will be left unturned to ensure that the perpetrators are tracked and brought to justice. And the result of the investigation will be made known to Nigeria. That is the situation for now.
Okay, so it was your men who took our darling Somi to the hospital while she was unconscious. And, there were reports about the fact that she might have been needing some identification before treatment was administered to her. We had a correspondent on ground with that report as well. But I also know that in your press statement, you mentioned deploying intelligence and, operational assets. What specific measures has the command put in place now to track down these perpetrators? And also want to know if this incident was an isolated incident or had there been similar armed robbery cases in that area, that Katampe area recently?
Okay. The FCT residents are witnesses to the success we have been recording in the recent past. In those days, Gishiri access used to be a troublesome soul. But that was in the far past. To God be the glory. FCT command is particularly saddened with this incident that occurred on the night of 28th-29th of September. Because the month of September was a month of major operational breakthrough for FCT command, with arrest, neutralization of bandits, recovery of weapons, arms and ammunition. Monday was to be a day we were to celebrate that one with a press briefing with our media team. Unfortunately, this sad incident neutralized everything, and everybody was so disturbed. So even in the most advanced world, security breach is something that will occur once in a while. But the thing is that how do we respond swiftly to the challenge? And that's what we are doing. That is what we are concerned with. Remaining focused to ensure that perpetrators are fished out and brought to justice. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner, thank you so much for your good work. It was said that they called the police and the police did not respond on time, also in that instance. So what's the response time on the police? And I'm really excited to hear this, your account, because we have not seen a note bearing the preliminary investigation by the police. We just saw a condolence message. So we want a detailed note so that we even know what we're dealing with, where we are thus far with the investigation, and where we need to go. But they said they called the police. The robbery happened at around from 3 a.m., but the response time of the police was appalling. What's supposed to be the response mechanism by Nigerian police?
Thank you so much, Rufai. See, the situation is this. When we are talking of response time, it's a function of several factors. All right? When was the call made to the police? Where was the location of the police team as at that point in time? What is the proximity? What is the nature of environment we are contending with? Okay? These are the factors that determine what time the police will arrive there. Okay? Take note. These are developing areas with streets that are not numbered. It's happening in so area. You need to place this one on the Google and see how you can navigate to that environment. These are things that determine when the police will get to that location. See, something happening in Mabushi. That area might be closer to Maitama than to Mabushi. But when we are raising concern to Mabushi division division will be moving. It's on the basis of on proximity rule. So division move to the location. I think as at that point in time, the police got to that place 20 minutes after 3.
All right.
And the deed had been done.
All right, so thank you. Just because of our time.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me, Commissioner?
Okay, I'm with you.
All right, thank you. Because of our time, let me ask you. A resident in that area said that within 3 months, about 8 estates have been robbed in that district alone. So we appreciate the fact that there will be investigations conducted in this particular incident, but how about the others that have happened? Have investigations been done? Perhaps if we had reports around that or security had been reinforced, we would not have this situation happen. So can you please share with us investigations that have happened for, around that area with security concerns? Very briefly, sir.
Thank you. When incident happens, you see so many theories coming up. In terms of presence and visibility, I think Mabush is one area that's heavily covered by police presence. But these are developing, spreading area where you see buildings in the suburb coming up. You understand? All these are things being attended to, right? So the report that about 8 robbery incidents that happened around that environment, look, my record does not support that. And for every action that takes place, police take immediate action to address the situation. And that is what we are doing. And that is what we continue to do. We are sure you just will be served and perpetrators will be tracked and they will be brought to justice. Thank you so much.
That's a very simple question, and I would like your answer to be brief. How did the police arrive at the conclusion that this is a case of armed robbery? You have had many cases in the past of unresolved murders, assassination, whether it's Mashalari, Funshaw Williams, Bola Ige, Subiata Didiji, and a host of others. And in the past, the police would just say, oh, it's armed robbery. Now, in less than 24 hours, the police will seem to have concluded that this was a case of armed robbery. What if it is not? Why is the police always using the armed robbery scripts?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Abachi. I got your question. Talking about this particular incident, you see, it's easy because it's obvious. They came in, so me was not the only person resident in that apartment. We are talking of 18 flats with 16 fully occupied. All right? So, handsets were picked, some cash from the wallet of individual with the wallet thrown back on the wall. So, it's obviously on the floor. So, it's obvious that this is a clear case of robbery. So, me was not shot. But out of fear, out of panic, it's not my street level for anybody. What is the easiest escape route? She jumped down. It was a risk, but what was dangerous and fatal. So, it's not just forming up whether it is an armed robbery case or not. It's a clear case of armed robbery.
All right. Because we're running out of time, just a quick sentence on the message you have for the public that are facing this sort of armed robbery situation. And what message do you have for Somto Chukwu's family? Briefly, please.
We sincerely commiserate with them. And we hold it a duty, not just as a command, but as a people, as a nation, that we all collaborate to ensure that the perpetrator of this dastardly act are brought to justice. That much we promise them, that much we are going to ensure. But with God on our side, we are going to deliver. And with the technical support we are receiving from the headquarters, we know we are going to break through. And the result of our investigation will be made known.
All right.
Thank you.